And yes, breaking now, just in the past 45 minutes, the all clear was given at the Westmoreland County Courthouse. That building was evacuated, and we saw police take dogs into the structure after a bomb threat, but the search turned up nothing. Federal investigators are now looking into yesterday's Turnpike tragedy in which 5 people were killed, including a 9-year-old girl. 60 people were rushed to the hospital after the chain reaction crash. Police say it started with an out-of-control tour bus. 3 big rigs and a car then crashed.
Yeah, this afternoon we're getting a look at video taken by a survivor.
Hey, you good in there, bro? Yeah, I'm okay.
The video shows the aftermath of the crash, and you can see a car wedged between 2 semis. One big rig just ripped apart there.
Late last night, we learned more about the victims who died, and they include the tour bus driver, a woman and a 9-year-old girl from New York, and 2 UPS drivers from central Pennsylvania. Officials say it is too early right now to determine if weather was a factor.
Stay with Channel 11 for any new details. You could also go to WPXI.com to get the latest information from investigators, tweets from government officials, and more information on the victims.
More breaking news right now. Governor Tom Wolf has ordered all state flags to fly at half-staff to honor Ross Straver paramedic Matthew Smelser. He was killed at the scene of a crash on I-70 yesterday. Today we're hearing from those who served alongside the longtime first responder. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer joins us live now with how he is being remembered. Liz?
On Peggy, you mentioned that flag order, and here the American flag is flying at half-staff in honor of Matthew Smelser. And then below at the base, you can see there's a memorial with a photo of him, his uniform, flowers, and candles. I just spoke with his colleagues who say he spent decades as a first responder dedicated to serving the community. And it was on duty helping a crash victim when Smelser became one himself. Channel 11 flew over the scene on I-70 yesterday morning near the Smithton exit, where officials say Smelser was called to a crash at about 5:30 in the morning. Conditions were icy, and while responding, both he and his ambulance were hit by a tractor trailer. Now, co-workers here with the Ross Straver West Newton Emergency Services, they're devastated. They say that he was a key paramedic supervisor, a father to a young son and daughter, and overall, just a good man.
He was the type of person that anything that he did or he was assigned a project, he just was on top of his game. If you were sick, if you were injured, he's the face that you wanted to see.
And you'll hear more from him tonight at 5, along with any updates that we get regarding funeral arrangements. I do want to note I followed up with police today, and I'm told that the driver in this crash is not going to face charges. Reporting live from Westmoreland County, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
And more details now on the state's steer clear law. If you see police or an emergency vehicle up ahead, you are supposed to move into the lane farthest from the scene if possible, or at the very least, slow down. Duquesne City Police posted on Facebook that officers have been instructed to aggressively enforce that rule. The post went on to say if you choose to endanger first responders at a crash scene, you will be cited or arrested.
Flames ripped through a row house in Hazelwood and damaged the house next door. Channel 11's Mike Holden spoke with neighbors on 2nd Avenue who nervously watched as everyone inside the homes was accounted for.
One row house right here behind me is destroyed and another heavily damaged following an early morning house fire. Neighbors say this was absolutely terrifying, but they say they're truly grateful that the parents as well as the kids are okay. This Channel 11 viewer video shows the moment thick smoke filled the air, making it extremely difficult to see and breathe. Pittsburgh fire crews rushed to 2nd Avenue and lined the busy street in Hazelwood. They immediately moved in, concerned there were still people trapped inside these row homes. Someone called 911 just before 7 this morning, reporting a massive fire in one of the outside units. Fire crews were able to knock down the flames, but now there is heavy smoke and water damage to the connecting house. Folks who live here say the damage is extensive, but they are so relieved everyone is okay and no one was hurt.
There are so many kids that live in here, so between the 3 places, it could have been so much worse. So it's really a blessing.
We're just really thankful. There were, some initial fears that there might be children in the home, and as it turns out, they were, taken to school. So thank goodness for that.
And coming up on Channel 11 News at 5, we're checking in with fire officials and asking them what potentially caused this fire. As soon as we find out, we'll pass it along to you on air and online. Reporting in Hazelwood, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
In the last 15 minutes, we've learned one juror has been selected this morning in the trial for two men accused of killing 5 people and an unborn baby at a cookout in Wilkinsburg. And the judge expects jury selection to take all week. Sharon Shelton and Robert Thomas have been in the Allegheny County Jail since the spring of 2016. They each faced 6 counts of homicide. Investigators say they were targeting a man at the cookout in Wilkinsburg when they opened fire. The alleged target survived the shooting. The trial is scheduled for next month.
We're working to find out what started a fire that destroyed a mobile home in Washington County. That fire broke out this morning on Crestview Estates Drive in New Eagle. You can see there is not much left. No one was hurt, though, and we're told no one was even home when the fire broke out. As soon as we get an update, we'll let you know. A car crash caused some big problems in the North Hills, leaving hundreds without power. That crash happened this morning on Chenot Road near Wexford Run Road in Marshall Township, leaving a power pole sheared in half. Marshall Middle School and Marshall Elementary School had to cancel classes for the day, and power was back on late this morning.
People filled the streets of Tehran today, marking another day of mass mourning over Iran General Qasem Soleimani. And the general who replaced Soleimani is vowing to take revenge against the United States. NBC's Richard Engel has the developing details from Iraq as tensions near a boiling point.
Funeral processions, unlike anything seen in decades, are continuing this morning, bringing Iran's supreme leader to tears as he vows to avenge his top general, Qasem Soleimani, killed by a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad. Cities across Iran are now seas of black. But Secretary Pompeo said it's all a short-term crisis.
Preserving and protecting, defending America is the mission that we have. It may be that there's a little noise here in the interim.
Iran also said it's further scaling back commitments it made to limit its nuclear program. Next door in Iraq, the fallout is equally severe. Iraq's parliament voted to kick out the 5,000 U.S. troops in the country, although the order so far is not binding. President Trump fired back, telling reporters on Air Force One if Iraq does force U.S. troops to leave, he'll make Iraq pay for money the United States spent in Iraq, especially to build an expensive airbase. We're not leaving unless they pay us back for it, he said. President Trump and Iran are also dangerously trading very serious threats of war. A commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard said his country has 35 U.S. targets in its crosshairs, ready to pull the trigger. President Trump tweeted over the weekend the U.S. has 52 targets identified, including cultural sites in Iran, even though targeting them would be a violation of the laws of war. President Trump defended that threat, saying Iran gets to torture and maim our people, and we don't get to touch their cultural sites. It doesn't work that way. Richard Engel, NBC News, Erbil, Iraq.
The Port Authority's tea service is back to normal. There was an issue on the line this morning that forced some delays, and the Station Square stop was skipped. But again, now all systems are a go.
Well, flurries have pushed through and skies are clearing a little bit.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier takes us through the next 24 hours. She's in Severe Weather Center 11 for us.
It has been days since we've seen the sun, so it's finally nice to see some sunshine come out, guys. But it is still cold as we take a live look over the city. It is 38 degrees. We do have a little bit of a wind chill because the wind is strong. That wind coming in out of the west-southwest today, right at 15 miles per hour right now, puts the wind chill at 29. Here's a check of the visible satellite. This will show us where the clouds are still hanging on, and they're moving across from west to east today, and we'll continue to see the sky clear briefly through this evening before more clouds build back in tonight. Right now it's 38 in Butler, 41 Greensburg, 38 in Washington. Those winds up as high as 29 in Greensburg, 23 in Beaver. Those are the gusts. And we'll continue with breezy conditions this afternoon. If you're out walking the dog, you'll need the coat because it'll feel a lot colder when you factor in those winds. So the clearing sky, 39 at 5, 34 at 8 p.m. And we're in for a much colder night ahead into your Tuesday morning. We'll take a look at that forecast and when more snow moves back in coming up.
Firefighters from the United States are in Sydney, Australia to help put out the wildfires that have ravaged that country. Wet weather over the weekend did provide some relief, but the danger is far from over. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer has the latest from Australia.
Cooler weather this morning offering some relief after a weekend of intensifying fires across Australia. Tim Klukas and Robin Wills among nearly 100 experienced Americans now helping fire crews here. The scale of the fires is unlike anything they've seen before, but the intense conditions are very similar to what they've battled back home in recent years.
Fires getting larger, fire seasons increasing in length, fires being more resistant to control.
Like parts of the U.S., years of drought in Australia have turned forests and parkland into fire fuel.
The heat just locked them in place.
On Saturday, one massive fire jumped a river, igniting new fires and forcing people to leave.
So now you have so many epic fires at one time that resources aren't able to keep up with and stop. And so that's what's unique about these fires.
We haven't getting any bites to anybody.
There's mounting pressure on Australia's Prime Minister for downplaying the role of climate change here.
You're not welcome.
Leaving the country ill-prepared, with tourist beaches now evacuation zones, wildlife populations wiped out, and much of the coast in flames.
With temperatures set to rise again, there's concern some of the bigger fires could actually merge. There will be more American firefighters arriving before the end of the week to help fire crews here who are exhausted with a long, hot summer still ahead. Janice Mackey-Frayer, NBC News, Braidwood, Australia.
Orthodox Christians mark Christmas Day with a service at the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. The Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem joined worshipers and pilgrims for the celebrations. The Orthodox Church observes Christmas on January 7th because it retained the Julian calendar.
Bed bugs found in a Walmart dressing room, the store where police say someone intentionally released the creepy crawlers.
And flu numbers just keep going up. Why health experts say this season is especially bad.
We're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Spice up your taste buds to your green thumb with tips for your kitchen to yard. Watch Garden Style, Saturday and Sunday at 3:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on WPXI.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You saw a little money. You wanted a big red truck.
Like Judge Judy.
Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11.
storm.
The 7-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
There's still no sign of this local woman. Toni Turner disappeared last Monday. She was last seen at a tea shop in Squirrel Hill. And this past weekend, family, friends, even strangers gathered at this vigil for her in Braddock. They provided comfort to one another as well as prayers. They want to make sure everyone in the area is keeping an eye out for Toni.
He would come to our performances and dance, and she was a wonderful dancer and had a lot of light and energy.
Toni is from Hazelwood, but frequents Homewood.
It's already been a rough flu season, and chances are that you know someone who's gotten it. The CDC says that we have had at least 6.4 million cases this season. 55,000 people have been admitted to the hospital. 2,900 people have died. Dr. Anthony Fauci works with the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He says this flu season started earlier than usual.
It looks like we're on our way to something that's not going to be a light season. How bad it's going to be, we don't know quite yet, but it's not going to be an easy season, that's for sure.
More than 4,000 people in Allegheny County have gotten the flu this season. That is a quarter of all cases in the state.
People in Erie are bugging out after police say someone released bed bugs inside the men's dressing room at a Walmart. Police say a manager at the store found a closed pill bottle with live bugs crawling inside. The next day, the Ecolab was contacted and found bed bugs crawling inside the men's dressing room. Another closed pill bottle that contained several dead bugs was also found on the floor of the men's department.
It kind of bothers me, but I know the management here, they're going to take steps to go ahead and, like, if it's actually a fact, the management here at Walmart, they are not reactive, they're more proactive.
A spokesperson with Walmart said the affected area has been blocked off and that a third-party pest management service has been to the store. No word yet on who is responsible for releasing the bugs, but state police are investigating.
Another store is closing at the Westmoreland Mall. This is the third to shut down in the last 2 weeks. According to our partners at the Trib, Motherhood Maternity is having a closing sale. Its parent company, Destination Maternity, filed for bankruptcy last year. Just last month, we told you Kitchen Collection and PacSun closed at the mall. A mini casino is opening in the former Bonton department store there.
This next story is about something that could very well have been among your top New Year resolutions, paying down holiday debt. NBC's Chris Clackham has more on how expensive it could be if you don't stick to a plan.
A week into the new year, where a top resolution for many is to pay down debt.
Make sure you start the new year with a plan to pay down that debt, starting with the highest interest debt first.
Investopedia's chief editor, Caleb Silver, says there's plenty of advice out there about how to pay down debt, especially the debt accumulated over the holidays. Although most people have a fear of knowing what they spent.
Make sure you understand how much you have in the bank, how much debt you have, how much savings you have, and how much you can increase your savings and start to invest in the new year.
He advises direct deposit as the easiest way to do both.
Even if it's $20, $40, $60 a month to put into your savings or to put towards debt payment.
He also falls back on the old adage that the best day to start investing was yesterday. The second best is today. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. Taking a look at our 24-hour temperature change. Temperatures are running about 5 to 15 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, a product of that sun that's starting to creep out. It is still cold, though. 38 degrees in Pittsburgh, 41 Greensburg, 41 in Beaver. If you're heading out, you'll need the coat, especially when you factor in those strong winds I was telling you about a few moments ago. So the feels like in Pittsburgh right now is 29 at this noon hour, 29 in Washington, and it feels like freezing currently in Greensburg. Tonight we're in for a colder night. When you were out the door this morning, we had temperatures ranging from the low to middle 30s, and tomorrow morning we're going to be down in the mid 20s. Now the clouds will be building back in overnight tonight, and we'll have a light southerly wind. Now tomorrow morning in Butler and Indiana, it's going to be just as cold. We're looking at mid 20s in Butler and Indiana, 28 in Uniontown, 23 Washington, and 26 in Beaver. Tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures will climb into the upper 30s and close to 40 degrees, very similar to what we're having out there today. And the winds will be light and variable. They're going to start out of the southeast, shift to the southwest, rain around 3 to 8 miles per hour. You're noticing that text down there, chance of snow. I want to show you our storm tracker maps because we have a low pressure system that's going to be coming in and kind of crossing the area down to our south. So the best chance for any snow tomorrow afternoon will be down to our south and east. Let me show you. When you head out the door in the morning, this is 8 a.m. Tuesday, we are looking at those dry conditions for your morning commute. Watch the clock animate. Here's 11:30 in the morning, and you're starting to notice a little bit of that moisture coming in from the south. So places like Morgantown, Southern Greene, Southern Fayette County getting in on some of that snow. May mix initially with a little bit of sleet or rain, and once we head into the afternoon, snow showers for Greene County, Fayette County, Westmoreland County, and you're going to notice how far north this batch of moisture comes. It gets very close to the Pittsburgh area and Allegheny County, so I'd say Pittsburgh points to the south and east with the better chance of seeing any snow tomorrow, and especially as you go in toward Fayette, Westmoreland, Greene, Indiana counties, and again, that snow may come as far north as Armstrong County, but we're not expecting any snow accumulation here in Pittsburgh should that snow fall. The snow would be an accumulation snowfall would be mainly confined to the ridges, and coming up in the next half hour I'll show you what I'm thinking in terms of any snow amounts. The snow moves in late morning and early afternoon, continues into about 5 or 6 o'clock, and you'll notice that snow by 5:30, 6 o'clock well off toward the eastern ridges and the mountains of Somerset and Johnstown. By 6, it looks like it's pretty much all out of here, giving way to a drying sky by Tuesday evening. However, we have yet another disturbance coming in for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and Wednesday is going to bring some scattered snow showers for the entire area, especially by mid to late morning and continuing into the afternoon. Wednesday is going to be our coldest day at 30. We're down to 19 by Thursday morning. Thursday's our transition day in between weather systems, so more rain Friday and Saturday. And we'll take a closer look at this next weather system beyond headed into the weekend coming up in the next half hour.
Newlyweds lost everything in a fire, including all their wedding gifts. How this local community is now pitching in to help.
I heard someone clearly say, "I think she's having a stroke." And I knew they were talking about me, but I couldn't respond.
Right place, right time. How a woman's job saved her after a stroke.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coraopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News.
6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Strokes can happen without warning, and they can lead to serious consequences, even death, if not treated quickly.
Yeah, brain cells begin to die in minutes. That's why one North Texas woman is calling her recent medical emergency nothing short of a miracle. Bianca Castro has the survival story.
Every day is different, and that's what's really exciting about working in the OR.
But the excitement turned into panic for operating room technician Isla Martinez. While during surgery one day last month, she says she began to feel different.
I thought maybe I was just getting kind of overheated from holding the retractors like I was. And so I told the surgeon, I think I need to sit down.
Isla began to feel clammy and then an intense, uncomfortable tingling sensation in her arm.
I heard someone clearly say, I think she's having a stroke. And I knew they were talking about me, but I couldn't respond.
Luckily, she was surrounded by a medical team who jumped into action.
Thank you for saving my life.
Dr. Alexander Satin, training to be a spine doctor, happened to be in the right place at the right time to help Isla. He helped make sure that she got treatment as fast as possible, a blood clot busting medication that possibly saved her life.
You always have to be prepared, and that's kind of why medical school and your basic internship training is important. And
can you believe 2 weeks to the day I came back to work?
And now Isla has completely recovered. She's living proof that stroke can happen to anyone at any time, and how the actions of others, including your colleagues, can mean the difference between life and death.
I just really truly believe that God just put all these people in place for me for that day at this job. I'm overwhelmed with how well I was taken care of and how God just provided everything along the way that I needed so that I could recover.
Pretty amazing story there. Some of the signs of a stroke include sudden numbness or weakness in the face, arm, or leg, especially on one side of the body, along with dizziness, trouble walking, and speaking.
For the 5th time in 30 years, Star Lake Amphitheater is getting a name change. The new look for the old KeyBank Pavilion.
And a little girl and a local high school football team inspiring one another. How the team rallied around her right when she needed it most.
You put on Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop.
As a mom, I know your morning is busy. We're going to give you everything you need, from the breaking news desk to weather and traffic. When you walk out that
11 covers weather everywhere you live.
And we have the experience to get it right.
We know the unique weather patterns across our neighborhood.
It's why it can be snowing in Beaver County,
while it's dry in Westmoreland County.
Weather coverage you can count on.
Make sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wants to put the brakes on President Trump's actions in Iran. The vote is expected this week on a war powers resolution limiting what the president can do regarding Iran. The move comes as more troops head to the Middle East after a U.S. airstrike killed Iran's top military leader.
Our Jacqueline Fell has a copy of a letter Pelosi sent to Democrats late last night explaining the resolution.
President Trump is sparring with House Democrats as Congress gets back to work this week. President Trump tweeted that his social media posts serve as a notification to Congress that the U.S. will strike back against any attack from Iran. House Democrats, though, weren't having it. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the House will vote on a resolution this week to rein in the president's ability to take military action against Iran without congressional approval. At the same time, President Trump says if Iran tries to retaliate, the U.S. will, quote, quickly and fully strike back, perhaps in a disproportionate manner. Last week, a U.S. drone killed Iran's top general, Qasem Soleimani. Thousands of people have flooded Iranian streets today to mourn his death. About 3,000 U.S. troops are getting ready to deploy to the Middle East. The Pentagon says it's a precautionary action taken in response to increased threat levels against U.S. personnel and facilities. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
And in a tweet earlier today, the president vowed Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. It comes a day after Iran announced it would no longer adhere to the limits of the 2015 nuclear deal.
We expect new details to be released today about a threat made to a Butler County high school. State police were called to Muntaugh Junior High and Senior High School Friday morning. They say that the threat was posted by a 15-year-old student on Snapchat.
We're working to find out more about a house fire in Fayette County. It happened on Lenox Street in Uniontown last night. Neighbors told us no one lives in that house. The cause is under investigation. The community is coming together to help an Allegheny Township couple who lost their home and their dog in a fire. They are newlyweds. They lost all of their wedding gifts, their belongings, and their one-year-old puppy in a fire at their home on South Glosser Hill Road last week. A GoFundMe page was set up, and at last check, more than 180 people donated nearly $10,000 for the couple. A mix of sun, emphasis on sun, and also some clouds this afternoon with some strong wind gusts.
Yeah, let's head back over to meteorologist Danielle Dozier with her forecast in Severe Weather Center 11.
Yeah, some sun, but it's still cold out there with the temperature climbing to near 40 degrees this afternoon. So enjoy that because more snow is moving in as we head into tomorrow. Here's a look at the temperature forecast as we head into the late afternoon and evening. We're at 40 degrees by 4 o'clock. A little bit of a breeze today, though, will make it feel colder. So we're looking at wind chills at times ranging from upper 20s to mid 30s this afternoon, and the air temperature will cool down to about freezing through 10 p.m. for any of your late night plans. Now, earlier I mentioned that snow is going to be clipping the Pittsburgh area with the better shot down to the southeast, so areas in gray will have the chance of seeing some snow, but as far as any snow accumulation, I think that will be confined mainly to those ridges and mountain areas where we could see less than about 1 inch here from Fayette into Westmoreland counties and down to the south. So something we'll be tracking as we head into tomorrow. We have a big wet system on the way. What is going to be a busy weather pattern as we head into the weekend. More on that coming up in about 15 to 20 minutes.
The community is rallying around a young girl in the West Jefferson Hills School District. She's recovering from major surgery. Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazic shows us how athletes she looks up to are making sure she knows she's loved.
Lifelong best friends revel in the moment of their football careers, a state championship for Thomas Jefferson High School.
They won the game, and they said they won it for me.
9-year-old Aubrey Mahoney had a big challenge ahead of her that very same week. She had to get a rare brain tumor removed from her pituitary gland because she hadn't grown in 3 years. As she counted the hours until the surgery, the TJ High School football team sent her well wishes from Hershey as they got ready for their state championship game.
We were thinking about it the whole time.
Both the team and Aubrey came out on top. Much to the doctor's surprise, Aubrey was home in 4 days after surgery. And without a beat, visitors from teams throughout the TJ area streamed in. 5 players from the state championship team, Shane Stump, Jake Pugh, Daniel Diebner, Logan Danielson, and Mike Huber, all came over bearing the trophy, a Hershey football, and one of their personal medals that they gave Aubrey to keep.
She needed it more than me. Thought if it made her happy, that's what really matters.
But the biggest gift they gave her was their time.
It meant so much to her. It was the first time she had smiled, a big smile after surgery.
Seeing her smile again really just changed a lot and made it seem a lot better because she was back to who she was before.
I was loved, and people really cared for me. If this happened, I'd probably do the same to them.
The Thomas Jefferson High School football team and Aubrey Mahoney making us proud to be from Pittsburgh. Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.
So sweet. Aubrey's mom told Jennifer that her recovery is going well. She'll start hormone therapy this year to help get her growth back on track. And if you know a person or a group making you proud to be from Pittsburgh, do let us know. Just fill out this form under the Proud to be from Pittsburgh section of WPXI.com.
Stranded at sea and losing hope, the stroke of luck for a boating crew stuck in the middle of the Pacific.
A dog abandoned and left to die. The bizarre things she ate to stay alive.
This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 at 11 starts with team coverage of this breaking story.
Accurate details.
Tonight we're talking to parents who have major concerns.
Experienced coverage.
We just got this new information.
Trusted weather source.
I'm tracking a strong storm picking up speed.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Dependable coverage of breaking news.
That truck came barreling down the hill straight into the home.
Tracking storms to prepare you for tomorrow. Count on Channel 11 News 11 at 11. Judge Judy.
An unimaginable case of animal cruelty. A dog in Florida was so hungry, she ate pieces of a blanket to fill her belly. Daisy, a 2-year-old black lab, was just 29 pounds when she was found. Yeah, she was abandoned on the side of a road in Cocoa Beach just before Christmas. A dog her size should weigh at least 50 pounds.
Clearly, somebody kept her without food. Apparently, she was so starved that she ate pieces of blanket, just trying to get something in her.
Officials are searching for those responsible for Daisy's condition. The shelter is reminding people who can't care for a dog that they can always bring it into them before it comes to something like this.
Poor thing. A man and his crew rescued after being stranded right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for a week. Pete Brown and his crew set sail from Japan to Hawaii, but after hitting rough seas, their mast broke apart and a big wave rolled them over. The boat tipped back upright again, but it had been damaged. Eventually, another boat came by, so they threw up a signal flare.
And then it didn't see us, and it just kept on going. Oh my! We were thinking, oh man, this is terrible.
But days later, another boat was able to rescue them and take them to Hawaii, where, as you see, Brown was reunited with his family.
Pretty scary there. Well, it's something I should say that a lot of people overlook, but you will need it to protect your loved ones.
Our consumer advisor explains why you may want to add a digital to-do list.
And we are tracking a little bit of snow moving across the area tomorrow afternoon, and I've got an even bigger weather system on the way to tell you about when that arrives.
Channel 11 covers weather everywhere you live.
And we have the experience to get it right.
We know the unique weather patterns across our neighborhood.
It's why it can be snowing in Beaver County,
while it's dry in Westmoreland County.
Weather coverage you can count on. Keeps you prepared.
The most extensive school closings, always scrolling.
Snow totals where you live.
And live conditions on the roads you travel.
Plus urgent updates from the breaking news desk.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
Samsung plans to unveil new smartphones at an event in San Francisco on February 11th. The date was accidentally leaked during a promotional video this weekend. Samsung is expected to show off the Galaxy S11 phone as well as a potential next-generation flip phone to rival Motorola's new Razr. Creating a will is not something we like to think about, but you will need it to protect your loved ones. Consumer advisor Clark Howard explains why including access to your online accounts in that will is so important.
I was at the lawyer recently working on an update to my will with my wife, and one of the things that came up is what they call a digital will. What happens with all your online accounts? This is an area that has become an unbelievable problem and hassle for people now that so much is digital. Access to financial accounts, personal accounts like email, social media accounts like Facebook. Google offers inactive account manager. Facebook has legacy accounts. And In other cases, you have no procedure unless you set one up to access your information. Make sure that when you do your will, that you explicitly state in there who you want to take over your digital accounts. Be as specific as you can so that you have access to them, or come up with a procedure where your loved one who you want to have access to all your accounts like email and social media knows how to access them when you're gone. I'm Clark Howard.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. A live look over the city. It is 38 degrees. We're on the up and up with some sunshine out there. The wind still at 15, which puts the wind chill at 29. Wanted to show you the 24-hour temperature change. If you're just clicking on the channel here, temperatures are running about 5 to 15 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Although when you head out, you're going to need the coat because, yes, of course, it is still winter after all. So the temperatures are ranging from upper 30s to low 40s across the area. Winds are breezy out of the west-southwest, gusting as high as 29 right now in Greensburg, 23 miles per hour up in Butler. So those winds will be lightening up as we head into late tonight. We're looking at a light south wind overnight, and cloudy skies will once again be developing. So while we're seeing the sunshine out there right now, we'll have a mostly clear sky this evening, but more clouds tonight. 26 degrees overnight and into your Tuesday morning. So we're all going to be bundled up in those layers. Here's the forecast for tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 31. There's the cloud cover. Cloudy sky at 39 at 1, 39 at 5 o'clock. And we are looking mostly cloudy overall tomorrow. I mentioned that chance for a little bit of snow coming in. I think the best chance will be south and east of Pittsburgh, but some of the data coming in shows that it could be going as far north as parts of Allegheny County by late morning to early afternoon. Here's the timestamp. Looking at noon right here, some snow showing up in Greene County around Waynesburg, Uniontown, Morgantown getting in on some snow. And this may actually mix with a little bit of sleet or rain initially before all snow as we head into the afternoon. Here's 2 o'clock, clipping Washington and Allegheny County to our south, and Greensburg also dealing with some snow, Uniontown up into Indiana County as well. And then that's going to be gradually pulling away. What's happening is we have a low pressure system that is mainly down to the south and kind of tracking that direction. So it's going to south and then pull away from the area as we head into late afternoon. Here's 5:30, and then by 6 o'clock it looks like it is out of here. So we're not looking at any snow accumulation in Pittsburgh. Could see a little bit of light passing snow at times come the afternoon. Again, that best chance will be south and east of the city. Once again, a quick look at here. The areas in gray with the chance of seeing some snow, but I think the accumulation would be confined mainly to the ridges where less than 1 inch is possible. As far as the wind chill forecast for tomorrow, if you are heading out and about early, it's going to feel like the upper 20s to low 30s, just depending on your location. That's 8:30 a.m. and then the temperatures will climb, so the wind chills will climb. The good news about tomorrow is the winds will be lighter, but we'll still have a little bit of a wind chill factor out there, with it feeling like the low to middle 30s come Tuesday late afternoon. I mentioned that wet system coming. It's going to be here by Friday, and as soon as possibly late Thursday night, we have a series of low pressure systems that are going to kind of ride up along this front. And this is Friday, a snapshot to show you that that rain will be across the area. And that snow is going to stay where it's cold enough. So by Friday, we're looking at mid-50s in rain, and then Saturday rain as well. It feels like we're just hitting repeat on last weekend's forecast. It was so wet and soggy. So the coldest day out of the week will be Wednesday at 30, and then for Thursday morning, 19. Thursday's dry, but Friday 55 and showers. Rain Saturday 59. At least it's mild, but then colder air will settle in as we head into Sunday, and we're looking at any leftover moisture being in the form of a rain-snow mix.
The mystery surrounding Flight 828 resumes tonight. NBC's Manifest returns for its second season, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. Mark Bargers has a preview.
The airline passengers who got the shock of their lives last season
They've all been missing, presumed dead for 5.5 years.
Discovered by season's end that their time home may come with an ominous deadline.
June 2nd, 2024.
The death date in season 2 is a ticking time bomb that looms over every single passenger and every loved one of a passenger.
What do you want?
It sends Ben on a mission to stop what may be inevitable.
There's surprise after surprise after surprise.
Several carried over from last season, including an unexpected pregnancy and a relationship triangle that took a violent turn.
Michaela's left with the consequences of wherever that bullet went, and the fact that she has these two men in her life, both with equal importance for different reasons.
But still hanging over everything is the lingering mystery of what exactly went on with Flight 828 and its passengers.
Is this what happened to us? And did we crash?
This situation that's happened to us, the plane landing, us disappearing, it might not be the first time.
Which only ratchets up the tension even more in the episodes to come.
And I think the ride is just much more of a roller coaster this season.
It's one that Manifest fans will gladly take. Mark Barker, NBC News.
Manifest returns tonight at 10, right after America's Got Talent, The Champions, and then, of course, keep it here for 11 at 11.
For the 5th time in 30 years, Star Lake Amphitheater is getting a name change. The new look for the old Key Bank Pavilion. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta.
At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4.
During severe weather.
Count on Channel 11 Morning News. Butler High School football is saying goodbye to the Whippeal. The football team is expected to play an independent schedule for the next 2 years. The district superintendent issued a letter to the community explaining the decision. It says the team hasn't won a game in 2 years and blamed a culture of low expectations.
The Key Bank Pavilion in Washington County is now the S&T Bank Music Park. It is the 5th name change for the amphitheater. It was first opened in the summer of 1990, and it was known as the Coca-Cola Star Lake Amphitheater. Then the Post-Gazette got the naming rights 10 years later, followed by First Niagara in 2010, and then it was renamed the Key Bank Pavilion after the company bought First Niagara. S&T Bank Music Park will host a lot of big concerts this summer, including Journey, Kiss, and Maroon 5. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon.
Our next newscast is tonight at 5. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
10 minutes, Scott and Tricia are going to tell you how to start your day.
You can get a lot of things on your phone when it comes to the weather, but you can't get Scott's expertise. He's trying to narrow in on your neighborhood to let you know what you could expect.
You're going to know what to wear. You're going to know what the kids need to wear.
We call Tricia Pittman our expert for good reason.
You ask Tricia where is the closure, she knows it, and 3 ways around it.
She's been doing this longer than anybody else. She has a direct pipeline to PennDOT.
They're the best in the city. You're prepared every 10 minutes.